I was just getting ready to film a completely different video, and then I was having a look at some of my plants and I found thrips on this side of the room and I found thrips on this side of the room. So a bit of a change of plan today. Instead, I'm going to take all of the plants off the shelves. I'm going to really clean and hoover and wipe all the shelves, and then I'm going to shower all of my plants down, and then I'm going to treat them for thrips. And I know that after I've done that, after I've had a little bit of a houseplant reset, I'll feel a lot better. And it's not a bad infestation, but I don't want multiple plants in my house just hanging around with thrips. That's not good. And they can multiply and take over quite quickly. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. And it's quite a good day to do it. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's absolutely peeing down with rain. It's a grey day. And also I have the house to myself, which is super rare because my husband's taken the kids to see some family today. So I'm gonna make use of the empty house. It's just me and Bill, and we're gonna tackle all these pests. But before we start, if you're new here, hello, my name's Alexis and this is Wild Houseplants. I'm a houseplant enthusiast and I also work as a houseplant technician, which basically means when I'm not looking after my own plants, I'm looking after other people's. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, you can find me there at Wild Houseplants. And if you do enjoy this video today, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button below because it really helps out my channel. Okay, let's kill some thrips. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be using today. Obviously, first of all, we're going to be powered by coffee, and then some of the products I'm going to be using. I'm obviously going to be just hoovering all the sofa and the shelves and everything like that, and then just going in with like a Dettol spray and microfiber cloths on all the shelves. And then I'm going to be treating the plants with, first of all, just spraying them down with water, hosing down the front and backs of the leaves. That will blast off any of the thrips that are there. And then to treat them, I'm going to be, if any of the plants, I can't see any pests on them, but they've been near other plants that have had thrips, then I'm going to go in with this. This is the all-in-one magic soap from Dr. Bronner's. I'll link it down below. This is a really good sort of general like cleaner for your plants, and it does treat pests as well. It's an oil-based product, so it does smother the pests, and it's also like non-toxic and all that good stuff. So I do really like this product, but what it won't do is, although it will kill on contact, it won't stay on the plant long term and kill any eggs or larvae that hatch after the fact. So I'm going to use this on anything that I can't see has got particularly bad infestation, or as I can't see anything at all, but it's, like I said, it's been near other plants. And then I'm going to go in with the bad boy, the Pronto Ultimate Bug Killer, which is a pretty nasty chemical and I don't like using it. But if there's like a really bad infestation, I don't yet know how bad any of them are until I sort of take them off the shelves and really have a good look at them. And then I'll be going in with this, and this also provides control afterwards. So I think this one is up to 2 weeks control. There is another one, another Pronto, which goes up to 8 weeks, but this is the one I've got at the moment. So if any of them are really bad, I'm going to be going in with this, but I really don't like to use it. And if you do choose to use this, just make sure you're doing it in a really well ventilated area. Ideally, I would do it outside, but it's peeing down with rain. I don't want to get wet, so I'm just going to do it in the bathroom with all the windows open, and then leave that to dry. And then once the plants are all dry, I will put it back on the shelves. So yeah, that is the plan for this video. Okay, so here's our first load of plants to head up to the shower. Gonna take these guys upstairs, give them a hose down, and then I will spray them with either the peppermint soap or the Prevento, depending on the severity of the thrips. Just looking here, I can see, apart from a very dusty leaf, I can see a few thrips on here. Let's see if I can just, there and there. They're very small, so unless you know what you're looking for, it can be quite difficult to see them, but this is classic thrip damage here as well. And so, yeah, definitely this one can go up first. Okay, up in the bathroom, like I say, I'm going to shower the fronts and backs of the leaves, and then I'm going to spray this one down with the peppermint soap, because although I can see a few like there and things, it's not terrible. And also I did water this plant a few days ago, so I don't want to oversaturate the soil, so I'm going to try and avoid getting the soil wet. And then I'm also going to be giving the pot a complete rinse out and spraying it with some cleaning products, just in case there's any thrip hanging around the pot as well. First plant down, and now to do all the others. Always when I get to this stage, when the bathroom looks absolutely mad and full of plants and pots, that I start questioning what I'm doing with my life. But it's fine, it will all get sorted. Everything has been washed and sprayed, all the pots have been cleaned, and the only two plants that had to go in with the heavy pesticide is this Aglaonema here. The two new growth leaves, this one and this one, both had not adult thrips, but sort of more mature larvae. And I just thought, I want to knock that on the head. It's not even a particularly pesty plant, so I reckon it's probably been struggling for a while. I just haven't noticed it because it was up on that shelf. So that one, and I also on the spider plant as well, not because I actually saw anything today, but it has struggled in the past with thrips, so I thought let's just knock that one on the head as well. So yeah, everything's been sprayed. I'm going to let everything dry off in here. I'm going to go and check some more plants downstairs, and then we'll come back once these dry and put them back in their place. Right. It's now time to tackle this section. It looks so bare in here. I don't know how people live without plants in their home, because I'm like, it just looks so sparse. But anyway, I'm waiting for those to dry upstairs in the bathroom, and then I will be putting those back on the shelf. And I'm just going to tackle this section here. I don't think there's anything going on there, but obviously with it being sort of near to that shelf that did have thrips on it, I just want to make sure. I've warmed up my coffee and let's go again. When checking for thrips, I always go and look at the new growth first, because if you noticed there's any like black or brown on the leaf, or you notice it's like not unfurling properly, or it looks sort of rippled or like deformed in some way, that's a really good sign that you have thrips going on, because they are attracted to the new growth, because obviously it's like fresh and softer than the older leaves. So yeah, that's always a good place to start if you're checking. So I always go there first before checking the rest of the plant. So I can't see any pests on any of these plants here. So I'm just going to treat them here in situ. And just wipe all the leaves down with peppermint spray with a microfiber cloth. Yes, I love you too. Silly dog. He's a silly boy. He's a silly boy. He's a silly boy. This section here, and I have checked on things here more recently. I haven't seen anything in particular, so I'm just going to take the plants off, wipe the shelves, have a quick check over, but I think everything here should be okay. But coming around here, I know my big Monstera has thrips on it, so yes. I repotted this recently, but I can see it's really not secure, so I'm going to put this to one side, and then I think I will be sort of re-securing this one. here, I'm gonna go up and grab all the other plants and bring them down and put them back now because they should be dry.
The only one I haven't brought down is the Aglaonema, which had the sort of more mature thrips in it, and so I'm going to keep that one up in my bathroom so that I can treat it again in another few days, just because that one had the most, you know, most obvious case of thrip. So I'm going to keep that one up there. I can treat it again in a few days, and then once I'm happy that they've gone, I will bring it back down and put it back on the shelf. Okay, we're moving on to this section over here. The sun is coming out. Everything is already feeling better. I'm so pleased that that side of the room is done. Let's do this side, and then it's time for a break, I think. Immediately see thrip on this one. I can see a thrip there, and also, as I mentioned before, check out the new growth on that one. You can see that it's brown. I can see that there's, if I unfurl that, there's definitely going to be thrips inside there. So this one's heading up to the shower. Can't see anything on this one, but I can see that it is really thirsty, and I can tell that because it wants to fall over. I mean, it is top heavy anyway, obviously, because you can see there's a lot of weight on the top of this stem here. But I think I haven't given this one a shower in a while, so I'm going to take this one up and just give it a shower. I don't think it needs to be treated, but I'm going to give this one a shower as well. This one's been next to the Monstera, and although I can't see anything, because it's been directly next to the Monstera, which definitely does have thrip, I'm going to give this one a really good shower as well. It's time to move the big Monstera, and as you can see, the sun has come out and it's stopped raining. So I'm going to take this one out into the garden. It doesn't fit upstairs, it's just too big. So let's move this one out to the garden. Just going to leave that out here to dry. Luckily, because it's not sunny, I don't risk it getting burnt. If it was a sunny day, I'd probably bring it in, because the difference between indoor and outdoor light is just vast, and this plant could burn very easily if left out in the sunlight, especially if it's had some product on it, because that makes it more susceptible to burn as well.
Monstera deliciosa to dry off in the garden. So I'm just going to do a little bit of watering. Thankfully, this section over here I've already treated this week because I found thrip on my, well, it's basically on and off with this elbow, but it's kind of always got thrips. So I've already treated all the plants in this section, thankfully. And these ones are all fine up here, they're just thirsty. So we are done with the cleaning and the spraying and so forth, and it's been taken longer than I expected and it's been a bit exhausting. So I'm just going to do a final little bit of watering of those ones that I've noticed are thirsty, and then that will be it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!